When we come back, how kids who could use a break in life are bringing their dreams into focus. Finally tonight, a brighter picture for the future, a story about children in need learning how to visualize their dreams with the magic of a camera. As our Miguel Almaguer tells us, they're getting help from a photographer who's making a difference.
Hi, Leilani. Hi. So good to see you again.
It begins like most ordinary classes.
Who do you want to take a photo of?
Children learning about photography, having already endured some of life's toughest lessons.
Smile.
Most of the kids in Linda Solomon's class are homeless and are ready to see the world through a different perspective. Solomon teaming up with shelters and students.
It's a program where we give children cameras. They go off as photojournalists to capture their dreams.
My dream is for living a house.
The children write and share their dreams. Then with a mentor, capture their future with a click.
Awesome.
A picture that becomes a promise. Cadence is 10.
I really want to live in a 2-story house. I always dreamed of in the morning, waking up and walking down these fuzzy stairs, and breakfast will be waiting on the table.
Ember has never really had a home, but she has plenty of heart. Her dream to become a doctor.
Make people healthy and make people happy.
Takira can clearly picture her future. It starts with a scholarship and then a diploma.
Why do you like being on campus here at school?
Because it makes me feel like a college student.
Pictures of Hope operates on a shoestring budget. All of the cameras have been donated by a local business. All of the mentors volunteer their time. It's always been about the kids.
Pretty cool, right?
The program reaching 1,400 children in 48 cities.
That's what this is all about, making a child sparkle.
Photos helping children see the world's possibilities through a new lens. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, Tucson, Arizona.
Beautiful photos. That is Nightly News for this Tuesday night. I'm Kate Snow. For all of us at NBC News, thanks for watching. Have a great night.
When Miguel Almaguer mentioned the mentors, I can't begin to thank our Tucson mentors enough. Our mentors have changed the lives of the children we have met, and I would like to introduce you to them. Not in alphabetical order, but I'm going to mention the mentors that are here that have mentored in Tucson and have mentored in other cities around the country. Deb Goodman, please stand. Debbie has been a mentor for Pictures of Hope in Tucson, in Phoenix, in Flint, Michigan. Ashley Neva. Ashley has been a mentor for Pictures of Hope in Phoenix. Terry Tavor, who has mentored for Pictures of Hope in Flint, Michigan. And in Tucson, Sue Sherbo, who has been a mentor here in Tucson. Kathy Bornstein, every year mentors in Tucson at our family services. Michelle Goldberg, who's mentored in San Antonio, Austin, Cleveland, and Detroit. Without our mentors, we couldn't really have Pictures of Hope. Everyone needs to know that someone thinks you're special. I'm going to talk about 4 photographs that have changed many lives. I'm going to begin with a photograph taken by an 8-year-old child in Detroit. His hope is to see his mother smile again. When I met Darius, he was living in the Salvation Army, and he was a bit shy at first, but when I asked the kids if they'd like to read their list of dreams, he said, yes, but I only have 2 dreams. My first dream is to see my mother smile again, and my other dream is for my own bed. And that night he was on television, and one of the Detroit Lions happened to be watching and called the Salvation Army and said, I would like to help that child who dreams to see his mother smile again. I want to get him his bed. He said, may I speak to him? And they connected him to the child, and Darius said, someone already donated my bed, and hero sheets too. And he said, well, is there anything else that I can do for you? It's so special that you want to just see that your mother is happy. And he said, yes. He said, you know, we've been able to move into our own apartment, but we don't have a refrigerator. That would be something that I would like. And he said, oh, well, I'll get you a refrigerator. Is there anything else that you're dreaming about? And he said, yes, we don't have a stove. He said, well, I'm going to get you a stove. And then Dre Bly said to this child, he said, you know, but you haven't asked for anything for yourself. It's Christmas time. Isn't there one thing that you would like just for you? And the child paused, and he said, yes, I would love to have a lamp because I have to do my homework with a flashlight. So his life was changed, and he was able to go to a Lions game, and he had a lifelong friend. So his beautiful dream to see his mother smile again changed his life and his family's lives as well. I met Shahid when he was 12, and he was living in Cleveland in Harbor Lights. And I was asked by the Fox News Channel to talk about Pictures of Hope, and I thought I would bring Shahid with me. And Shahid and his mother flew to New York. They had not been on an airplane, and they were able to go to New York at Christmas. And the night before the show, Shahid's mother said to me, you know, you could have picked anyone. Why did you pick my son? I said, because I've been doing this project for so many years, and one of his hopes was something I had never seen. And his hope was for help. And when I had walked by him as he was writing his list of dreams, and he said, I hope for help, I thought, that's a very difficult thing for us to say, even for us as adults, and even to those of us we're closest to. It's very hard to ask for help. So when I noticed that beautiful hope, I thought, I've got to try to help him. So after he was on television, a lot of people helped him. And many things came true. They were able to move into their own apartment. His mother worked. She had 2 jobs and 6 children, but she just couldn't make ends meet, which is very important for all of us to understand. It's one of the biggest misconceptions that so many of the mothers I've met that are very dear friends of mine work, but it's through economic hardship that they often end up, you know, in a shelter with their children. But now Shahid is doing well, his family's doing well, and thank goodness his hope for help came true. When I met Brittany, her hope was for a scholarship. And that was one of the hopes that I think, if you were to ask me, is something I see most frequently. The kids really hope to go to college, and they hope for a scholarship, or they hope for good grades. And it's so beautiful to see it captured in a photograph, because often they'll photograph a U of A hoodie, or they'll photograph a stack of books, or they'll photograph Old Main. But it's such a special hope to have, and so many of the children want to go to college. When Brittany's photograph was taken, she had photographed San Diego State University, and her photograph was given to the president of San Diego State, and he did grant her a 4-year full-paid scholarship. It was incredible. And there were a few stipulations. I mean, she had to maintain a B+ average, and you know, she was only 9 years old when this scholarship was granted. So she always knew that she had to do well in school, and she surpassed the requirements and had an A average. She is now finishing, or in the middle of her freshman year at San Diego State. Very dear friend of mine. She mentors other children that are living where she once lived in the Salvation Army in San Diego. And she's forever grateful, and her parents, to the university for what they have done for her. But her parents have totally changed as a result of knowing that their daughter would have this wonderful scholarship. Her mother had become homeless. Her father at that time was in jail, and now they have their own ministry, and they're with the Salvation Army as ministers. They're doing great. She's the first one in her family to go to college, and she's just an outstanding role model for all of us. The other photograph that I think has had the biggest impact upon me personally was a photograph taken by a very dear friend of mine, Leilani, who's 14, and her hope is to believe in herself. I think for all of us, it's so important to always believe in ourselves, no matter what we experience. I had a very difficult year last year, and the corporate sponsor that I worked with in Pictures of Hope decided to go in a different direction. And after being able to go to 15 cities a year, I wasn't able to do that anymore. But because of Leilani and her beautiful hope, she gave me hope too, to always believe in myself, in my work, and in wanting to always show her how special she is. She's here today. I love you. And thank you for that beautiful dream.